today's lesson is going to focus on the genesis of the blood cell genesis. So in your notes, if you're looking at the PowerPoint graphic organizers, you're looking at blood cell genesis component. Now let's overview first what happens. So within the bones, you have the red bone marrow, which have active cell division and new cells are being formed. The hemocytoblasts are the stem cells here. There are two fates for that. If the hemocytoblasts are exposed to multi-CSF, which is the growth factors, it becomes the myeloid stem cell. Okay? The myeloid stem cells have a very different fate than the lymphoid stem cells, which are not exposed to any of this hormone. So the lymphoid stem cells end up as being the lymphocytes in the white blood cells. They are also components of the lymphatic system. So we'll get to that in another unit. Let's focus on the myeloid stem cells. Myeloid stem cells have three fates depending on the type of hormones they're exposed to. If they're exposed to EPO, which is erythropoietin, which is red blood stimulating hormones, they go through those 7-day cycle and they produce the red blood cells, which we have discussed in the previous videos. The other two components could be, depending on if they are exposed to the growth factor, growth hormone, then they produce these three essential cells in the blood: basophils, eosinophils, and neutrophils. Okay, that's one set. The other set is the megakaryocyte, which are huge cells, immense in size, and they create the platelets. The fragments of that will produce the platelets, which will become very critical when we're talking blood clotting. So going back so once you have filled the words in for this, let's go back to what are the roles of each of these cells. White blood cells, also called leukocytes, do not have hemoglobin. They have a nuclei and other organelles. The white blood's main function is to defend against pathogens. So again, viruses, bacteria, toxins. So they are the first line, they're the line of defense. They remove toxins and they attack abnormal body cells. Okay? White bloods are circulating throughout the blood vessels, but they can also go into the connective tissues. They can also be found in the lymphatic systems. They are only found in small amount in the blood, 5,000 to 10,000 per microliter, as opposed to millions of RBCs, right? So this, you need to know this. This is important. The other characteristic of the white blood cells, they can migrate out of the bloodstream, they can squeeze out of tiny areas, and they can have a chemical transportation going. So they are tuned to chemical stimuli. They can move towards chemicals. They also offer phagocytosis, which is they will absorb and digest foreign particles, cells, toxins, etc.